Coach Fed, moving into year 3, you got your goal last year of getting to the conference tournament. What are your hopes for this spring?
Early on, I want to get our guys just to come together like we did at the end of the year, so it happens a little bit sooner. We got a lot of returning guys, which makes it nice, and we're all have been on the same page with our coaching staff. So really excited about the beginning part of the year. We've got a nice schedule with a lot of home games, which is going to pay dividends, I think, down the end, and just get ourselves ready for conference play, so that again we can finish in that conference tournament and playing for championships.
You do have that nice blend of youth and experience on the roster. You've got 18 returning players and 17 newcomers. Talk about the leadership you expect from some of those older guys.
Yeah, I mean, we've got some really good ones. Ryan Humanik, I mean, he's off the charts in every way, shape, and form when it comes to that. His work ethic and the way he handles his business day in and day out. And we've got some neat pitchers out there like Connor Deeds that just the way he brings it every day, it's contagious, some things that he does. And even some of our JUCO guys that we brought in, they're older, so they've really kind of all meshed well together so far. And again, I'm excited about that older group and the leadership that they're given. Colin Gordon in the fall put his arm around one of our freshmen and in practice, and a coach didn't have to yell at the freshmen, and it was fun to see that. And we need more of those things. When the players can take ownership of some things, your program's going in the right direction.
Over these next 3 weeks, what holes do you specifically have to still fill?
Yeah, I think we've got to figure out who's going to be in what roles on the mound still. We've got about 6 options on the mound as far as our starters go, but really identifying who our go-to guys out of the bullpen are going to be important from a matchup standpoint. And then from a position player standpoint, there are some new guys there, and there's going to be some guys that are having to bounce around a little bit. A guy like Colin Gordon may have to play short and second. Grant Scholes may have to play third and second. So we may have some guys that are bouncing around a little bit until we kind of figure out what the lineup's going to work best, especially against matchups of righties and lefties.
Talk about the demanding schedule you've put together and how that will help prepare your team for the conference race.
Yeah, it's interesting. We've got 3 of our first 4 weekends at home, which I think that prepares us to learn how to defend the nest, so to speak. And then we've got some unique road games. We go to McNeese State. They weren't in a regional last year. And then we've got some good midweek games against people like LSU on the road that we got to win on the road too. And you got to be prepared to go to Coastal and go to Georgia Southern like we are this year, and those will help get us ready for those things. And then we've got some great midweek games at home that I think from a crowd standpoint can help us prepare for what a conference tournament is or what a regional's like with Ole Miss and Louisiana Tech for basically 4 games with those two opponents.
How about some newcomers that maybe the fans should expect to see here early on in the campaign?
Yeah, sure. Mason Holt is a JUCO transfer. Will probably start in center field for us. Trace Henry is an outfielder that will probably start in the outfield for us as well. That I think they'll be key guys, kind of the front part of our lineup that'll be unique. Wiley Cleveland is a dynamic player, kind of a Swiss Army knife guy that can move around a little bit. Colby DeVille, right now he's our starting shortstop, and he's excited about where he's going. And then on the mound, there's a couple freshmen it's unique. We got a kid named Judice that's a freshman out of Baton Rouge. We got Cam Barlow, who was a redshirt freshman for us. That's a left-handed pitcher. He's got a chance to start for us on the weekends. And then Lucas Wimpf and Bryson Roble are 2 JUCO guys that'll be a fixture in the rotation or reliever somehow.
Lastly, I would imagine this first day of preseason camp never really gets old for you. There's excitement certainly with your ball club, but I think probably with you as well.
I think it's more excitement for me. I love practice. I told my guys that before we met just a little while ago. Practice is my time. It's the coach's time. It's the time for us to challenge them and put them in some uncomfortable situations and circumstances and everything. And in the game, I let them go. If we're prepared and we do what we need to in practice and instill those things, they're going to be ready to go. And I want them chomping at the bit. I want them to be a little bit nervous and everything at practice with what we're doing. But yeah, practice is definitely my time.